Okay, I had to jump over to another book, so I am just setting my timer real quick. Set. And we are in Christmas Magic by Ruth Sanderson. Now, this is one of the books that I recently did a review on. So if you missed that, pop on back a few little shows or whatever you want to call them, videos, that's the word, on my YouTube, and you will see those. I want to show you how I'm doing this Christmas tree skirt to where you're going to be lighter here and it's going to be darker as you come around so that it looks like it's tucked back around there. Okay, so let's just get right there to the size, have a seat, and get started. I put my Crayola pencils to the side for a bit, and I drug out my Arteza pencils. Now, I love these pencils. In fact, on my wish list, if anybody has an inclination to do so, I would love the largest size pencils in this brand. Arteza. Arteza. They are creamy. They are nice. I just don't think I can get the largest set right now. And I know they're on a Black Friday, but still just a little bit more than I can fork out at the moment. So, all right, we have number 16, which is Sunflower. Now, this is, because I know not everybody has these pencils, this is a yellow. So, and it's a fairly bright yellow. It's not really like, if you look at paints, it's not like the buttercream sunflower in paint. It's actually a brighter yellow. So, going with the yellow here. I'm going around. As you do a piece that goes around like this, you've got to gauge how many colors you're using and how much space that's going to take up. Okay? The next color I'm going to is turmeric, number 77. That is, and they do rub off, so that's why I label mine with a sticker. And then those all coordinate to my swatches I make for each color. Okay, so this is like a yellow ochre. If you were painting, it would be yellow ochre or Turner's yellow maybe. No, it's actually a little bit lighter than that. It would actually be lighter than that. So, anyway, it's a good mix in between the two. And you can see as I'm going around and getting further back under, it is going to be getting darker. Okay, there's that. Then the next color that I am using is Camel. All right, that is Camel. And again, you pause these videos anytime you need to. Now this color is the one that's going to come all the way back. So what I did was I looked right here to see what was what, and I knew this was the V sticking out, so that's why I jumped to here. So look at what's going around what you're coloring so that you're sure you're getting the right spot. And then because I don't want to jump from that color to that one, I am coming in and blending this in here some. And see how nicely that blends? Just really, really nice pencils. If you've worked with Crayola pencils for a while, and you're looking for a cost-effective, I would say these are really nice. And then also, if you don't want to jump all the way up to polychromos, I would also say there is a pencil that is, I'm trying to think of the name of it, so give me a minute. I'll go back to that thought maybe. All right, number 68, Periwinkle. I'm going to come in and do this blue. So I'm going to hold it further back so that maybe you can see what I'm doing. Right here, it's just basic coloring it in. Let's see, the other brand of pencils, Marco Renoirs. Now there's two pencils with the Marco. You have Renoirs and you have Raffines. The Raffines to me are scratchy. I hardly ever use that pencil anymore. Okay, but the Renoirs are nice and creamy, and they are one of my favorite sets of pencils to use. If you come over to Coloring Books Keep It Clean and look on there and somebody asks what pencils, you'll see me mention those. I do like those. So now in this one, because I'm limited and I don't have that big set, I'm going to have to take this color on around a little bit, and then the dark color is going to have to come back towards this and do a little bit of overlapping, because I just don't have that many blues that go with this shade. It's another reason I would really like to get some more. And when you see me work on the greens in a minute, you'll understand that more. So if you're in the mood to give or to donate to my channel, there is on the phone, I know, there's a spot that says About, and you click that. You might have to slide over your top bar. It says About, and you click on there, and then it's got a place to donate. And you just do it through YouTube or through PayPal. All right. And then when I get enough collected, that is my next wish list item, is a large set of these pencils. All right, now the next pencil, like I said, I'm having to jump colors. I'm going all the way to Blueberry. There's just not a good in-between color that goes with these. So that's why I'm going to jump from this little set all the way to the big set when I do the move on getting more colors. Oh, and see, I'm just now looking, that's his tail. So this is also going to have to be engulfed in there. This little area up in here. And as I go around, it's just going to have to get darker and darker. So one easy way to make this darker is to actually put more pressure on it. Now I'm not doing that yet because I want to blend. You can see here where I did do the blend. So that's what I'm going to do over here. I'm holding the pencil further back. I don't want to scrunch up here and smush down and get too much pressure. So I'm going to hold back on the pencil some, and that means I have to color lighter. I have to do lighter for control, and so I don't snap the tip of that pencil right off. And if you don't have control, you saw I did just go down on the pencil a little bit. Go down on it enough that you do have control. But by holding it further back, you're not going to be pushing as hard, and that is going to help those to blend. All right, see how I'm doing there? Just overlapping. I was heavier here, and now I'm getting lighter as I'm blending into the lighter color. And that's going to be a pretty good blend. Now when I come over here, I can get heavier and see how this is now darker so that it's looking more tucked back. So that first time through was a light layer. Now I'm going to go a little bit heavier, second layer, or I go over it several times, so you could say that's several layers. I'm going to get a little bit heavier, and then I'm going to start lightening up again. Okay, I'm going to go back to that first shade, the Periwinkle, and I'm going to get this in. Now, something I am trying to do is to call out colors as I use them so that you're not having to pause near as often. Okay, going back to Blueberry. And now I'm just going to blend this in to that blue. This time I didn't go way back on the pencil, but I am releasing a lot of the pressure I had a bit ago. And I will go ahead and do this right here just a little bit darker than what's in front, because his tail is actually leaving a bit of shadow on that tree skirt. Okay, so that's those three. Now let's go ahead and move to the reds. I'm just reaching over for my phone so I can get it back on again. Oh, we're doing good. All right, I am going to start with 73, and I do not know what color that is. I will tell you it's probably an orange red, because it does look a lot more orange than red from where I'm sitting. Okay. So we'll do that. And then we're going to come over, and I think what I did here was I looked at how many colors I was using. I knew I only wanted the dark one to be maybe 1.5 little pieces. And then I thought, okay, that leaves about 3 pieces for each of the other colors. So if that's one, this could be number 2 or 3. And I did color this line right here also, and then I went over it with a gel pen. So on the green, I did not color up in here, or did I? I might have. I can't remember. So anyway, the gel pens that I've been using seem to go over the top of this pretty good. So that's a bonus. There are some gel pens that do not lay across colors good or well. And so you just have to be careful because they're just so waxy. All right, now I think I'm going to do just a little here. And then I'm going to change to my second color. And this is Rose Red. So this is like just still just barely a lighter red maybe. Maybe not a true red yet. So maybe if you have a red orange and an orange red, you would use the orange red first and then move over to the red orange. Does that make sense? Do the orangey one first and then the red one. And just keep moving, keep going around. And do one more, and then I'll change colors again. The next color, if you're not using this brand, would be more of your red, okay, more of your true red, and it's called Carmine Red. In this one, it's number 49. So I'm going to keep coming on around, and you can see it's just got that little bit of extra red to it. This book is like the texture of a kid's coloring book. So there's just enough tooth in there that there's a lot of white showing through. So if I want to get all that white out, I would have to come back through with my lightest shade and go over everything in each color area. But I'm thinking I don't care about that as much on this one. It's just a fun little page to enjoy, and I thought it would be cool to actually do some instruction in it. Just to instruct on how to do things going back and under some more. Okay, I'm going to change colors. This time I'm going to Garnet, which is 72. Now this would be more like your brick red. It's almost a brown without being brown. And I am going to blend that down in there some. Really want to get that mix of overlap so that it's not like a great divide of where I moved from one color to the next. And you can see over here where I worked at blending a little more, you can see it's one color here and it kind of changes in here and maybe somewhere in here, but I'm not sure where, and then goes to the Garnet. So that's those. Then let's take a look at the greens. This is another spot where they really don't change over well. This is number 6. It's Matcha. It's M-A-T-C-H-A. So yeah, not a color I'm familiar with. It's like a fern or a, let's see, what's another good green? Fresh foliage, but I think that's in paints only. All right, then I'm going to come up here and get ready to change colors because see, this color is behind that package too. So I don't want to go too much further over. And see, like right there, fixing that, I will notice things as I'm coloring. Yeah. So then 29, which is moss. And look how much darker that is. So I am going to go back to Matcha, do a little bit more, and then go over it with that number 29 moss to kind of make another shade, because that was going to go dark all at once. So I really needed to overlap with that previous color. Then I did gel pens for the stripes going around. And then I'll probably use some gel pens for the dots. You know, I'm getting back to my gel pens some now that I'm not in the storyline books and just doing a page at a time. You can use your gel pens in storyline books. I'm not saying not to. I'm just saying that in a storyline book, I would go through the whole book and like do all the mice first, then do all of something else, and then do all the gel pens at the end. And here I'm doing each page at a time. Now this is number 41. This is forest green. So this has some blue in it, some blue undertone. And you can see if I didn't blend, that's a big jump. So this is where I'm going to keep just doing some blending. Yeah, the greens in this pencil set, don't get the smaller set. Yeah, I think I've got like the 40 something because I was trying it out. And ever since I got them, I wish I had saved my money and just gotten the biggest set first. But I can tell you, I've used them quite a bit because like some of my pencils are starting to get short. So, and I've used them enough that I've rubbed the names off. Okay, so gel pens. This is a no name on there. Wow, that's no fun. And then this one is Smooth, which you saw me use this brand last time. So I did this right around here. And then I did this red right around here. I'm not going to do that right now because when I get off camera, I'm going to sit here and play with the tree just a bit. Let's see, tree is still in focus. So I'm going to go ahead and play with that a little bit on camera till my timer goes off. What I'm going to do here is I've grabbed mint and I've grabbed emerald, number 30 and number 94, excuse me. And then what I'm going to have to do is just see how these colors look. Are they really too bright for this? Do I need to go darker? Now on a tree, don't rush it, okay? You need to go slow so that you can stay in all these little bits. The other thing when you're doing a tree, think of a tree outside. Those branches are overlapped. The pine here is overlapped. So I can go one of two ways. I can either do all the top half of the tree in this color and then the bottom half in the other one, or I can mix it up a bit. What I'm going to do is probably do almost the entire tree in this color. Then I'm going to come back through with the other color and just poke it in here and there to give it some depth. So let me do just a bit here, and then I'll poke some in and show you what I'm talking about. So if you've bought this book or have it on order, please leave me a comment below. And when you get it, if there's a specific page that you would like to color along in, please let me know. I'm going to be trading through this one and Jane's book that we did in the last video for the next few weeks anyway. I'm ready to do something that's not as difficult as the storyline books. That one we just finished that was a lot. And I'm just ready for something a little bit more relaxed. Okay? So you see how I've done this side. And then here's some back in here. You got to get them all. You don't gotta, but you know what? It's going to look better if you do. Now I stopped and looked to make sure that that wasn't a ribbon, and it's not. It is a piece of the pine. So be watching as you color. Make sure you're not coloring something you shouldn't be. It is cheaper paper, but yeah, it's taking the pencils just very, very well. I may try Crayola on the next one and see how different the pencils are, if at all. One of these days I'll pull my polychromos and my Prismas out again. The Prismas to me just get so waxy and I don't know, just not a favorite anymore. I think that's why I've waited so long to even really think about getting any more of these. I was thinking I had to use up more of my pencils before I could treat myself to more. But now I'm thinking, you know what? I can go ahead. I should be able to go ahead and treat myself to more pencils. So we'll see. We will just see how things go. All right, so I'm going to come in now with the other color. Again, that was mint, number 30. Now I'm coming in with emerald, which is 94. We're going to see how this goes. Use it right back here in the back first. Okay, there's the timer. So if I look up, we should have about 5 minutes left. Yep, right at. So let's take a couple minutes and just get some back in here. Now notice I'm doing the ones that are way back here in the background. Okay? And I can put more pressure on those. The other ones I want to be sure and do as I come up to the top is the ones that are on the bottom. Okay, the bottom halves. So I can do the bottom of all these. Just run a line through there till I get out to the edge, and then I'll stop. See, so the lighter is on the top, and then I did the bottom a little bit darker, just to make it look like it was a little bit more shaded from whatever was on top. And I'm not trying to cover the entire piece. I'm just going through there, getting color on it. Okay, here's what I missed. And then this one, just anything that looks like it's in the back. As I come up more, I will do less. Mainly because there's just not as many, and the light would be hitting them. So maybe just at the base of these, just at the base. Okay? Does that help? So that's how I'm going to do with just 2 colors and go ahead and get my tree done. But anyway, that's all I have for you right now. I hope you're all doing great, and I'll see you in a few days. Okay, bye.